Hello, my beautiful friend. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a blessed and beautiful Tuesday. It's so far just morning. It's not yet noon here. In fact, I got clocks everywhere. It's only 12:37 in the afternoon. I guess it is noon. It took me longer to do my hair than I thought. I thought I'd do a little bit of curly curl on it. It doesn't really do a whole lot because it's short and I refuse to cut it until it grows a little longer. I know you guys, if you're here for the weekly update to see, did she lose? Did she gain? How well did I do this past week? Did I get into any fruit or worse? All the good stuff, all the juicy news, and I do mean that, and you'll find that out later on as I explain myself. But in any case, my beautiful friend Delilah behind me, if y'all don't know, Delilah Rodriguez is her channel, and she is on a journey. She's on GLP-1. I don't want to say that it's a journey because she actually needs it. She is a diabetic, unfortunately. I think she's type 2 diabetic. So she actually needs the medicine that she's on. However, that being said, she's doing amazing on it. And I've been doing my own research into it with the possibility of actually, now that I'm covered under healthcare finally, the possibility of getting into that for myself. And I've always been someone who's been a huge proponent of doing everything kind of naturally, with just food and diet, because that's where your health ultimately begins, is with the things that you eat. They say you are what you eat. And that is very, very true. And in most cases, in my case, that's very, very true because I have, I believe, MCAS and a lot of other things where I can't eat certain foods. They just don't sit well with me. They don't sit well on me. They don't sit well with me. And I'm just not able to eat them without extreme stomach pains and other adverse reactions that I do not want to deal with. But that being said, there are other good benefits of taking a GLP-1. Some are better on some versions or some manufactured versions of the GLP-1s than others, but I have memory issues and I've had those for quite a while. It's been apparent long before menopause. Yes, I'm 55. Yes, I've already been through the menopause, and I've had brain fog for a long time. And it's not as bad when I'm eating a primarily animal-based carnivore diet, which I do believe is species appropriate for me. I'm not saying anybody else needs to do what I do, but I have seen and watched many other people here on YouTube who boast about the wonderful results that they have had and are continuing to have on a carnivore diet, and how they have benefited in more ways than just weight loss. Whether it's some kind of childhood ailment that they'd been dealing with their whole entire lives, that they had to take medicine or just couldn't find a cure for, and there was no medicine that could help even alleviate their symptoms. As soon as they started eliminating everything other than animal-based foods, primarily red meat, out of their diet, they kind of cleared up everything that ever had been going on, and no doctor knew what was wrong with them. So, I'm talking things like even infertility. I don't know about any of you. I love Jelly Roll, and I watch his wife, Bunny XOXO, and she's been on a fertility journey to have a baby in her 40s. And I don't know what kind of diet they're on. I know Jelly Roll is looking amazing. I don't know if he's on a GLP-1 and he's not speaking of what he's doing. She's doing something with him, for him, what have you. I mean, yeah, she was in the adult industry way back in the day, but don't hurt anybody or hold anybody's past against them for stuff like that, especially when they're obviously, that doesn't make them who they are today. And I definitely don't hold that against her in any sense. It was a job, and she did what she had to do to survive. And yeah, that's not even why we're here in this video. But like I said, she's on a journey with infertility to try to have a baby. And I know one person that actually went all meat for health reasons and ended up getting pregnant and claimed that she got pregnant way easier than she did with any of her other daughters, um, being a carnivore. And she believes that it was the fact that she was just doing the carnivore thing and stopped eating all the grains and stuff. Because, contrary to popular belief and the whole food pyramid, which didn't actually even come out until 1992 by the American Heart Association, which had something to do with Dr. Kellogg's and all these other, people who had their own beliefs of why meat shouldn't have been eaten, especially by children and whatnot. And yeah, this isn't that kind of channel, so I'm not going to go there. But there are doctors like Dr. Anthony Chaffee. If you don't believe what I'm saying and you like to hear stuff like that, you can go over to his channel, and he speaks of it quite often. And I'm pretty sure there are other carnivores out there who have mentioned the facts that, taking the meat away from us, like a lot of other things, is not good, because all our FDA approved foods are foods that have been genetically modified and treated with glyphosate and all kinds of other things. And, even the fruits are like sweetened way beyond what they grow to be naturally on like an heirloom tree that wasn't treated with a lot of this stuff. And yeah, it's just crazy. And we feed into these things that we hear so easily, and we believe in these things on these processed packages so easily. But the one thing that somebody who's doing it and having great results can tell somebody, which is just eat meat and that'll probably clear up or your pains will go away, nobody wants to believe that. And I'm saying this out of love because I have my own family that there are one particular cousin, I will just say it's a cousin, I won't say he or she, and my aunt, and there's so many issues going on that I know could be cleared up. It has nothing to do with age. It has nothing to do with prior diagnoses of, Crohn's disease and all this other stuff. That whatever it is, just try it. Just listen to what I'm saying. And they'll ask me, they'll complain about their issue. They'll ask me what to do about it, or they'll complain about their issue and, ask me if I deal with that. And then when I tell them no, because I do this, they don't want to hear it. They want to change the subject, and then they got to go. They don't have time. So why ask? I'm only here as a messenger. I want to deliver the message, not the mess. I could be a mess. I have been a mess. I'm trying to clean up my own mess. But anyways, so why are we all here? If you're here, you're here because you want to know an update on my weight loss. Did I lose weight? You're more than welcome to go ahead and post down in the comments below right now if you'd like to take a guess to see if I either lost or I gained. I'm also going to be reporting on hubby this week because he has a hard time getting on the scale on Tuesdays, which is when I want him to weigh himself, since we started on the Tuesday of the 1st of July. But I finally got him to get on the scale today, so I'm going to give you his update for the 22nd day, week 3 in, because now we're going into the 4th week, and we don't report until the end of that particular week what the progress was. So, July 1st, Tuesday, I started out at 303.7 pounds, and he started out at 205.7 pounds. So keep that number in mind. I'll go back that over again. But today, on the 22nd of July, the 22nd day in, I am 294.7 pounds, which is down 2.5 pounds from last week. Now, last week I had a gain, but I was still ahead of the game because I was still down from when I originally started. But this week I have come back down 2.5 pounds. And that's now a total of 9 pounds down in the 3 whole weeks that I've been back, doing what I'm doing, carnivore. No secret. Okay, now, hubby started, like I said, on the 1st. He was 205.7, and today he is a total of 195.4, so he's actually lost 10.3 pounds. Now, he has a tool. He has had vertical sleeve gastrectomy, aka VSG. He's texting me now, so if I see him a little bit, yo, squirrel, that's why. Um, and we did have a barbecue on Saturday with friends to celebrate, my new home. They had not been here. Well, one had he helped my husband move, so he had been here, but he had not seen the house, set up with furniture and whatnot in it. So, um, we had them over, and I did get into some fruit. I melon and watermelon, just a little bit, but over the course of a couple of days to finish it off because they did not want to take it home with them, even though I urged them to please take that home with them. He works for Frito-Lay and he brought bags of chips. We did not get into the chips. They also brought 2 jars of medium salsa and medium spiced enchilada cheesy sauce. I would have torn that up if I wasn't carnivore because I love enchiladas. I love anything Mexican. But we were good. We didn't get into that. They didn't want to take it home. Hubby took it with him to work. I'm sure it was well received and greatly enjoyed by those people at work. But we did not get into that. But we did get into the fruit. I did buy cherries again. I have cherries in there. And I've also been eating good, I think it's called Good Cottage Cheese. Not too good. That's another, they make yogurt, but Good Cottage Cheese. It has live cultures in it, and I believe some carnivores will eat it. I try and not eat a lot of cheese, but I have been eating chaffles, and I do make those with shredded mozzarella cheese. So there's cheese. Maybe that's why, besides the many cups of coffee I'm having, I'm not counting calories. I'm not tracking. I started to, and then I just kind of fell off like I always do because I'm not one to track. I'm also not one to take meds, which is kind of why I'm on the fence about the GLP because I know it's a shot in the stomach, and that's not really what's bothering me. What's bothering me is reminding myself to take what I need to take and taking it at the same time every single day, which is how I believe medicines, if you need them, are supposed to be taken, every day at the same time, stay on schedule so that they're in your body and your body gets used to, when it's going to get what it needs. But other than that, yeah. So yeah, I did get into some fruit. I also got into a 0-calorie drink. It had aspartame as a sweetener in it. Yeah, I enjoyed it. But I didn't enjoy it as much when I tried to have some of it yesterday, and it ended up going down the sink. And I'm not even desiring to drink the little bit that's in there. In fact, I just don't even know why. I mean, I can't even explain why. I have not put the rest of it down the sink. Whatever it cost, I need to think I'm worth more than the $2 or $3 or the even $4 or $5 that I might have spent on it than to just not want to throw it out. I have OCD issues and came up a poor chick. Well, I haven't really come up from it. I'm still poor. But I don't like throwing away food and being wasteful. And I really don't have anyone that I would give that to, like it's open. So I just need to just pour it out. But I have no desire for it. So that's in there. And for breakfast today, I had a small little thin steak because I had some steaks that we bought in a box from one of those like tent event things that they come to a mall near you and, so many steaks. And it's not bad. It's not the best meat, I'm sure. And it's not bad taste-wise. But they come pre-packaged in these vacuum packed plastics and whatnot. I don't think that's pretty healthy. And it's not the kind of thickness of a steak that I like. When I would mostly enjoy like a chuck steak or something. And even from frozen, I put it in my Ninja air fryer. And I, figure about 14, 15 minutes. I've got a meal, less the time that it takes that I let it sit. Because I usually let my meat sit for about 10 minutes before I cut into it. But I am, meat, eggs. I'm thinking of doing chicken nuggets tonight, which not the chicken nuggets like you would think from Mickey D's. I'm talking my own chicken nuggets that is just like 3 ingredients outside of maybe, some salt, maybe a little garlic powder or something, for some flavors. But I'm going to see how that goes and what my mood is later when hubby gets home after around 6 or so, unless he has to stay late. And I'm going to make those in the air fryer. I seen somebody else make them, and I have to try them. So, yeah, I've been taking some pictures of my food, but it's basically the same thing every day. I've been doing chaffles, egg, and sausage in the morning. I make them for hubby so he can take to work. He's only been eating one. He's been taking two. He brings one home. So he's not really eating a whole lot. And, having vertical sleeve gastrectomy weight loss surgery, the fact that they took out 80% of his stomach, he's not able to eat a lot anyways. But you would think that he would be able to lose weight, and he doesn't really seem to lose it like as fast as I lose it. But then now, like, he's ahead of me in the game as far as weight loss. But like, his hair is very thin, and I told him, I said, you're going to end up losing your hair, or something else is going to happen to you, I'm afraid, because you're not getting enough nourishment. Now, he does take a lot of cheese, and he does eat a lot of cheese, but what's good for him is not necessarily good for me. Let him have the cheese. I don't take that away from him. So there you have it. Okay. That's the update for the week. I'm not coming on every single day because I really don't feel like I have a whole lot to say in the first place, and I'm not just trying to put out videos just for the sake of putting out videos, because my videos are not monetized. If they are, I'm not the one benefiting from them. Maybe YouTube might be, but it's not me. So I don't see a point in just coming and doing a video when I really don't have a whole lot to say in the video, and then like boring people with, oh, she's doing the same old thing, no big deal, and then they just skedaddle out of the video and go on to the next. There's plenty of people out here in this weight loss community, weight loss space, whatever, carnivore realm, whatever you want to call it, that you can take that extra time and watch their videos so that you might be better educated and informed about the whole carnivore diet, what it is, why it is, and make a decision for yourself if you're not already doing it. If you are already doing it, those same people can help educate you in other ways, like recipes and things that you can try. But I do digress. Be very careful with that. There are people that eat things that maybe you shouldn't, and maybe they work out a ton, or they're younger and they don't have MCAS or some other kind of issues going on, and they can tolerate certain foods that won't hinder weight loss. Or maybe they're doing it and they're not really looking to lose weight, they're just trying to maintain, or not feed cancer, or fill in the blanks. There's a lot of reasons why carnivore is good for so many people who are doing it. So pick your battles, take the good with the bad. Everybody has a little bit of information. Take what you can use, leave the rest. It's like that with anything, I would think. And yeah, I'm happy to come on here and be able to do a video. Hopefully I can get it edited if I need to. Maybe I don't, but I definitely want to get it uploaded to you guys before it's a whole new day, and then it's kind of irrelevant information, at least it would be in my mind. So with that said, guys, like I always say, I love you all. Thank you for being here and taking the time. And if you comment, thank you for taking the time to comment. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. It will help push it out to others so that they can find it. And yeah, be blessed. Mwah.